am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. What I want to know is where's the caveman?
The coldest place on Earth is my butthole, because I don't wipe it and I've never washed it before. However, the second coldest place on Earth is Antarctica. And usually this isn't that big of a deal because it's just temperature. But with Antarctica, there are so many secrets and research labs there that it's low-key becoming the next Area 51. What's hidden under Antarctica will cause global tension by new nature.
500 meters beneath Antarctica, where sunlight has never reached, something is alive. Amphipods.
Aliens! Nah, that's not amphipods, it's aliens! I knew it, bro. I knew Antarctica was hiding aliens. It's worse than Area 51.
This government, bro, this scheming government is trying to hide the aliens from us.
Even Barack Obama recently said that there's aliens in this world. And they're not hiding in Area 51, but instead they're hiding in Antarctica.
Amphipods, drifting in total darkness.
Aliens.
Cut off for thousands of years. Ice here can be nearly 5 kilometers thick.
Oh my god.
From above, it looks empty. But it isn't. Beneath the surface are uphill flowing rivers, lakes larger than cities, active volcanoes, and million-year-old air.
That is one AI-generated video if I've ever seen one. Bro, what do you mean there are volcanoes underneath the ice? I'm sure there are volcanoes underneath the ice. If there were volcanoes underneath the ice, wouldn't it just melt all the ice?
Active volcanoes in million-year-old air, all locked inside Earth's largest freshwater reserve.
Bro, imagine the million-year-old air. That would smell worse than your breath. Like, just imagine how bad your breath smells and just like multiply that by 100 million. That's how bad that 1 million old air would smell. Imagine farting underneath there. Imagine like, bro, remember when Amaranth sold her fart in jars? Imagine instead of preserving it in a jar for 1 million years, imagine preserving it under the ice of Antarctica for 1 million years. Imagine trapping Belle Delphine's fart under ice for 1 million years. And then imagine people in 1 million years' time discovering it and getting a good whiff of it.
And now, the world's most powerful nations are racing to control it. China is building new year-round stations. Russia is running seismic surveys in contested territory. Antarctica is protected by an international treaty that bans mining and territorial claims. In 2048, that protection can be reviewed, and when it is, presence becomes power.
Oh my god, so the Alpha Sigma males will come out of hiding. Wait, so this doesn't make any sense. So it's protected by all the 52 countries, but then how is China allowed to like make stations? Shouldn't it be that like nobody can make stations yet? Like they can't make homes there yet? Is Antarctica really like worth fighting over? Like what is so special about Antarctica? Apart from the aliens and stuff, like what, are you gonna like communicate with the aliens, be the first to use the alien technology?
So what is under the ice that is worth this much effort?
Water. It's just water. It's just pure cold drinking water. Because, bro, cold drinking water tastes better than warm drinking water. So countries are willing to go to the extent of war just to take control of clean, fresh, cold drinking water.
What are they actually looking for?
Water.
This is new nature. And we spent weeks pulling together the latest research from glaciologists, geophysicists, and ice core scientists. Antarctica is far more interesting and far more valuable than it looks from above.
That doesn't look too bad,
what
though.
Nations are really chasing, we have to go under the ice. But first, let's zoom out. Antarctica is the 5th largest continent on Earth.
Bro, how many continents are on Earth, though? Bro, there are 7 continents, and you're saying it's the 5th largest continent, as if there were like 100 continents? I'm pretty sure you should be saying it's the 3rd smallest continent on Earth.
Antarctica is the 5th largest continent on Earth, larger than the United States and Mexico combined.
Oh my god!
It holds 70% of the planet's fresh water, locked inside an ice sheet that is thick enough to bury the Alps. It's the coldest, driest, and windiest place on the planet. Temperatures drop to minus 90 degrees Celsius. Winds can exceed 200 miles per hour.
Jeez.
In winter, parts of the continent
sunlight.
don't see the sun for months at a time.
I mean, I don't see sunlight for months at a time either, and so if I relocated there wouldn't really be much change. Like, when was the last time I actually, like, went outside, touched grass, and got some sunlight? I think that was probably when I was away, like, on vacation, like, 2 months ago or something.
And yet, life exists here, from the surface to the ocean, and deep beneath the ice.
Oh my god, what?
So let's go down.
Let's go down on your mother. Let's go down on your mother. Okay,
Antarctica is a library. An ice library. Snow falls in Antarctica year after year and compacts under its own weight. Each layer is a year, like tree rings. As the snow compresses, air gets trapped between the grains. Tiny bubbles of atmosphere sealed in time.
Oh, damn, that little bubble is from like 1940 or something. This little bubble over here, you see this bubble over here? That's older than like, that's 3 generations of your bloodline. Every bubble is like a generation. So this is like 100 generations of someone's like bloodline.
These rods are ice cores. Scientists drill down and pull up long cylinders of frozen history. Trapped inside are tiny bubbles of ancient air.
Why would you need
The deeper the core, the further back in time.
Why would you need to study ancient air? Like once the air escapes the bubble, it's just gone. It's just like mixed and contaminated with like the current air.
This is one of the oldest continuous ice cores ever recovered. Drilled from nearly 3 kilometers down. It contains air that's about 1.2 million years old.
Yeah, now what are you gonna do with that million-year-old air? Are you just gonna sniff it? Like, you're just gonna snort it and just like inhale it? Now what? Like you've just got 15 seconds of like pleasure and then like now what? So you're gonna melt it down just to extract the air, just like Amarantha's fart jar, and then you're just gonna inhale it, and then now once you inhale it, it's all used up, just like Amarantha's fart jar.
If it warms, that record is lost forever. This is how we know what Earth's atmosphere was like long before modern humans existed. The ice preserves carbon dioxide levels, methane, volcanic ash, and temperature signals. A complete atmospheric archive. It records when the Sahara was green and when mammoths walked the Earth. When carbon dioxide levels were half of what they are today.
So damn
The
petrol
ice
cars.
doesn't forget. But this is still just the top layer. Before we go deeper, look at what happens to snow once it hits the surface.
What?
Most of Antarctica is covered in bright, reflective snow. But in some places, powerful winds strip that snow away, exposing something unexpected.
A rock.
Fields of blue ice.
Huh.
This ice began as ordinary snowfall, compressed until air bubbles were forced out. With no fresh snow on top, light penetrates deeper and the ice absorbs reds and yellows, leaving it glowing blue. In some regions, blue ice reveals ice that's hundreds of thousands of years old.
Damn.
Elsewhere on the surface, the opposite happens. Snow.
It turns red? Wait, the opposite of the blue happens, so it just turns red? On the other side of the world, we don't have blue ice, we have red ice. But in Australia, we have yellow ice, because I always pee on the ice.
Snow keeps falling. Year after year, it piles up, compresses, and buries whatever lies beneath it.
A plane.
And then there's this.
A cloud. Volcano.
Mount Erebus.
Mount Everest.
The most southern active volcano.
Wait, is that Mount Everest or Mount Eberest? Did someone have dyslexia? It kind of looks like someone with dyslexia is trying to spell Mount Everest.
The most southern active volcano.
Oh, it's a volcano.
Hot volcanic gases escape from vents on its slopes. And where those gases meet the ice, they carve warm caves. Inside those caves, scientists have found mosses, algae, and DNA sequences that don't match anything we've seen before.
But
Life
why?
finding a way in the least likely place.
Oh my god, the air is so hazy.
But the strangest thing near the surface isn't alive.
The glaciers?
In 1979, Air New Zealand Flight 901 crashed into Mount Erebus,
Oh.
killing all 257 people on board.
Wait, why would you fly over the... Is there a flight path over Mount Everest?
The terrain was unstable. The ice is constantly moving. Full recovery was never possible. Snow and ice quickly buried much of the wreckage. Parts of the aircraft and possibly human remains are still likely entombed beneath the ice.
Jeez. Oh my god, that's
The
everyone?
cold can preserve the past and hold it perfectly still. And as we go deeper into the ice, you'll start to realize Antarctica is much more than just ice and snow. It also has heat, history, and it's hiding things we're not supposed to find.
The same thing about the crash sort of happened in like Mount Everest though. Like there's a lot
We're
of
about
bodies
1,000
in Mount
feet
Everest.
down now. And this is where Antarctica stops behaving the way people expect.
Bad boy.
Most people think of Antarctica as one giant block of melting ice. In reality, it's doing two different things at once. In West Antarctica, ice is thinning fast.
Just like your hairline. Is ice is thinning fast, just like your hairline.
Glaciers are accelerating toward the ocean. Ice shelves are breaking apart.
Global warming.
Some of the fastest ice loss on Earth is happening here.
But then how does it keep compacting
But
there?
East Antarctica tells a different story. It's colder, thicker, and in some regions, snowfall has actually added ice, at least for now. Satellite measurements show that despite these gains in the east, Antarctica, as a whole, has been losing ice for decades. But the continent isn't responding as one system. That's the paradox.
What, no
And
equilibrium?
it's why this layer matters. If we don't understand what's happening here, in this compressed transition zone inside the ice, we can't understand what comes next.
The aliens, bro. It's the aliens. It's all these stupid aliens' fault. When the aliens landed on Earth back like 10 years ago, like 20 years ago, they started melting all the ice because they wanted to use the ice as drinking water because they didn't want to drink the seawater. Stupid aliens, bro. Just drink the seawater. Like, I understand it's salty. Just drink it, bro. Stop complaining.
So, we keep going down. You're more than a kilometer down now.
Kilometer, jeez.
The pressure here is extreme. Between the ice and the bedrock below, water is moving.
What gemstones would be made there? Like, pressure
Beneath
makes diamonds. Like,
thousands of rivers and lakes from a connected drainage system.
surely ice can be compressed
Some of
into like a
these
gemstone or
subglacial
something.
lakes hold volumes of water comparable to major U.S. reservoirs. When they drain, it happens fast. In some events, billions of liters of water are released over just a few days,
Damn.
comparable to a large fraction of a lake, like Lake Mead moving underground, unseen beneath the ice.
Like me, or wait, like me, or like you, like me, like me, or like you. Like, just look at this. So, like, just imagine how much pressure is at like, you know, like the 1 mile or like 2 miles or like I think they said like 5 kilometers or something. Surely at that point, the ice can be compressed into like something else. Like, you know how like rocks can like sand and all that stuff can be compressed into diamonds and stuff. Surely at one point, ice just turns into a gemstone or something. Let me just search it up. Yes, under extreme pressures, ice can transform into exotic, highly compressed crystalline substances known as high pressure ice phases. Damn, what a creative name. High pressure ice phases. Let me just search up what this looks like. Actually, it's probably going to be here. Okay, we cannot see what it looks like. Maybe in theory it can be converted, but we just haven't done it yet.
That water can travel hundreds of kilometers across the continent. As it redistributes below, the ice above responds. The surface lifts and settles by meters as pressure shifts underneath, like weight moving across a frozen shell. We've barely touched this world directly.
Just like your uncle.
If you add up every place humans have physically reached beneath the ice, it covers about the size of a basketball court. So instead of digging, we fly. Helicopters sweep low over the ice, carrying massive electromagnetic sensors.
Massive. You want to know what else is massive?
Suspended beneath them. Systems like SkyTem send signals down through ice and rock, revealing what's frozen, what's liquid, and what's moving below. We're echolocating a hidden continent. And occasionally, this hidden system reaches the surface. This deep red stain spills from Taylor Glacier. It's streaking the ice like an open wound.
Oh my god, that's not an open wound. That is explosive wet diarrhea. It looks like that glacier had too much spicy food last night. Bro, this is me when I have too much chili sauce with my fried rice.
Scientists call it blood falls.
Well, I call it diarrhea
When
falls.
explorers first saw it in 1911, no one could explain it. Algae was suspected, but algae needs sunlight. And this water comes from deep inside the ice.
Minerals?
Look closely, and you'll see the water comes out clear. This is ancient, briny water, more than twice as salty as the ocean,
Oh, damn.
which keeps its liquid even at -5 degrees Celsius. It's been sealed beneath roughly 400 meters of ice for millions of years. Dissolved iron reacts with oxygen, oxidizing on contact and staining the ice red. Blood Falls gives us a glimpse into what these hidden rivers transport beneath Antarctica: iron, organic carbon, and nutrients.
Damn, we can extract that. Oh, wait, no, but there's a mining ban.
There are thousands of subglacial outflows like this across Antarctica. Most never reach the surface. When that
Oh, damn.
nutrient-rich meltwater enters the ocean, it fuels phytoplankton, which support krill and everything above them.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Everything is connected. The system begins beneath the ice and ends with the largest animals in the ocean: blue whales.
Damn, your mother, it's your mother. We have live footage of your mother. Damn, how did they manage to get a photo of your mother in one shot? They must have had to zoom out so far.
The largest animals to ever exist on Earth. In the 20th century, we almost wiped them out. Between 1904 and 1967, more than 360,000 whales were killed in Antarctic waters alone.
Why though? Why do
Blue
we...
whale populations collapsed
Jeez.
by 97%.
Jesus, what? Wait, we did that? Actually, no, that's not me. I wasn't even alive then. Actually, no, you weren't even alive then either. They did that? That is insane. What, so they had like little cannons on boats, like they were sort of like Clash of Clans troops, and they literally hunted out whales? Apparently, we used to do whaling because of the meat and blubber, which can turn into oil. Oh, okay. They made money from selling meat and body parts. How? What would whale taste like? Why would you want to eat a whale? Like, who sees a whale and wants to see what it tastes like? Anyways, apparently there's like how many liters of whale like goon juice exist in the ocean? Okay, apparently there is between 40 and 400 gallons of goon juice, whale goon juice released with every mating event.
They're recovering, but there's still a problem.
We need more.
We don't understand them well enough yet.
Frickety. More
Where they
frickety.
breed, how they migrate,
The frick chamber.
what conditions they need to survive in a rapidly changing ocean.
Send them to the frick chamber. We need to populate more.
And researching animals this large in a place this remote takes resources most people never see. That's why I became a Planet Wild member. Planet Wild is a community that funds one concrete nature protection mission every month.
Yeah, we love Planet Wild and Planet Donation. Yes, let's do Planet Donation. Let's skip.
Antarctica's ice feeds the ocean. The ocean feeds the whales. Now, let's go back under the ice. You're more than 3.5 kilometers down now.
No, I'm not.
The pressure is crushing. The darkness is absolute. And beneath the ice lies one of the largest lakes on Earth. Lake Vostok.
Oh my god.
It is 240 kilometers long.
Oh, damn,
and
that's
50 kilometers wide and completely sealed beneath the ice for millions of years.
How do we know it exists then?
It has never seen sunlight. It's been isolated from Earth's atmosphere longer than humans have existed. A potential habitat for microbial life unlike anything studied before.
Aliens.
Lake Vostok isn't unique. There are nearly 700 subglacial lakes scattered across Antarctica.
But that's the biggest one.
In the few scientists have sampled, they've already found evidence of life. In Lake Whillans, microbes survive by extracting chemical energy from rock.
Oh my gosh, Lake
In
Willie.
Lake Mercer,
Lake Willie.
researchers found microbial signatures preserved in the sediments. And remember the amphipods from the beginning?
The aliens.
They were found beneath the Cam ice stream, hundreds of kilometers from sunlight, swimming in total darkness.
The aliens. It's the goddamn aliens.
That makes Antarctica one of the closest natural analogs we have to icy worlds like Europa and Enceladus.
What? Moon?
Moons
It's a
with
moon.
oceans sealed beneath frozen shells.
Oh. That exists?
If life can exist under kilometers of ice beneath Antarctica, it widens the range of conditions we have to consider elsewhere in the solar system.
What? So now humans are supposed to adapt to like the freezing cold temperatures? We're meant to live in the ocean? Are we meant to like breathe underwater? If we want to survive, if the human race wants to survive past 100 years, we all need to learn how to breathe underwater.
Antarctica isn't hiding aliens,
Oh, what? No, it is.
but it's showing us what alien life might look like.
Wait, no, it would. Antarctica is showing us what alien life might look like, but it's not hiding aliens. Isn't that an oxymoron? You've just contradicted yourself. If it can hide aliens, then it probably is hiding aliens, isn't it? Oh my god, it's an alien.
And the deeper you go, the more heat you find. You're nearing the bedrock now. And it's not the solid, frozen foundation most people imagine.
Like Minecraft.
Beneath West Antarctica are dozens of volcanoes, hidden under kilometers of ice.
Oh, these
Some of them are
the
active.
volcanoes.
They don't erupt upward. The weight of the ice suppresses explosive blasts. Instead, heat builds below, melting the ice from underneath and carving chambers of water and steam. The heat destabilizes glaciers and accelerates ice loss. Scientists have found ash layers trapped in ice cores, evidence of eruptions that happened while the ice was forming. More recent seismic data suggests some of these volcanoes are active today. This geothermal heat wasn't fully accounted for in early ice models.
Oh, wait. Did you see that in the top left corner? Kaltla Volcano, Iceland, shown for illustration only, not Antarctica. Bro, I thought this was Antarctica. This would have shown it. Like, this would have, like, explained that well. But I just got scammed, bro. I just got baited. This is not Antarctica.
It helps explain why parts of West Antarctica are changing faster than expected. The ice isn't only responding to warming from above, it's being heated from below. But these volcanoes are only part of the story. They sit on the surface of something much larger.
Your mother.
A continent buried beneath kilometers of ice.
Oh, okay, my bad.
This is the bedrock. The actual continent, buried beneath everything you've descended through. Using data from millions of measurements, scientists can digitally strip away the ice. This is Bed Map 2.
What happened to number one? What happened to like the part one, the OG one? So we're just gonna release a sequel before even like watching part one? I mean, I guess with some movies you can watch the sequel before part one. Like, what are some movies where you can just watch number two rather than number one because the number one version of the movie isn't really that good?
When the ice disappears, the surface you thought you knew vanishes with it. What's left is a vast, rugged landscape. Mountain ranges comparable to the European Alps lie completely buried beneath the ice. Down, the Gambortsev Mountains stretch across the interior, their peaks rising thousands of meters.
But still they don't poke through the thing, yeah.
Unseen for millions of years. Denman Canyon cuts through the bedrock nearby.
Dead Man's
The deepest
Canyon.
land canyon on Earth, plunging more than 3.5 kilometers below sea level. Ancient river valleys run between them, preserved exactly as they were tens of millions of years ago. BedMap also reveals something more fundamental. Antarctica isn't one continent underneath.
It's two.
It's two very
Oh my
different
God.
geological worlds.
Oh my god.
East Antarctica is ancient, thick, and stable, part of one of the oldest pieces of continental crust on Earth.
Thick and stable, just like
West Antarctica formed differently. Over tens of millions of years, tectonic
Thin.
forces stretched the crust
thin
apart.
and not thick. Level
It
zero
thinned,
Gaiads.
fractured,
Thin,
and sank,
fractured, level zero
creating
Gaiads.
deep basins long before ice ever arrived.
Level 0 Gaiats.
That thinning brought heat closer to the surface,
Oh, but it's
helping
it's
explain
hot.
why West Antarctica.
So West Antarctica is hot, but has a level 0 Gaiat. So would you rather some clapped, the most ugly person you've ever seen in your life, but she has a level 5 Gaiat? Or would you rather someone who's smoking hot, but she has a level 0 Gaiat? Me personally, I think I've got to go for the Gaiats.
Helping explain why West Antarctica hosts dozens of volcanoes beneath the ice. When Antarctica drifted south and ice began to accumulate, those low, fractured regions filled first. Strip away the ice today, and much of West Antarctica sits below sea level. The continent breaks apart into islands and highlands.
Is this...
Fossilized pollen and root systems preserved in the rock show us this was once a green forested land.
Damn. Antarctica. This is Antarctica.
With rivers and temperate climates. When Antarctica was part of Gondwana.
Damn, those damn humans just ruined everything.
And then there's the Wilkes land gravity anomaly. A circular structure 300 kilometers wide, buried beneath East Antarctica. Its origin is still debated. It may be one of the largest impact scars on Earth, or something else entirely.
Australia. Is this... Wait, Australia used to be connected to this and then it broke apart. Wait, where is Australia in relation to Antarctica? Oh yeah, so Australia is over here and Antarctica is not on... Actually, Antarctica is over here. So maybe, yes, maybe Australia did break off from here and then just, like, end up over here.
Whatever it is, it's massive and it's
massive. You know what else is massive?
For millions of years, the weight of the ice has pressed Antarctica downward, pushing the crust into the mantle below. When ice is removed, the land doesn't just sit there. Over centuries to millennia, it slowly rises back up, changing coastlines, altering drainage, and reshaping stress deep within the crust. Geologists call this isostatic rebound. This bedrock remembers a world without ice. The surface you started on does not.
Bro, Bedrock has some insane memory. Bedrock's memory is better than mine. Bro, imagine being a goldfish and having worse memory than Bedrock. Like, literally a rock. You have, like, a goldfish has less memory than a rock, a bedrock.
And this is what nations are positioning themselves to control.
I don't really understand it, though.
So why does any of this matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are nations racing to build stations, run surveys, and establish a presence across Antarctica? Because beneath the ice lies value.
Aliens?
Antarctica shares the same deep geology as South America, Africa, India, and Australia.
What does that mean?
Continents rich in coal, oil, metals, and rare elements.
Oh, wait, so okay, so they're just gearing up for 2048 when everyone, it's just free, like free reign. Everyone can just go and mine everything in there. Once it turns 2048, everyone's just gonna be stressing, just going out there, just mining for their lives. It's gonna be like the gold rush in Australia, but instead of like everyone rushing for gold, mining for gold, it's just everyone just gonna be mining for coal and everything.
Geological surveys suggest vast resources buried beneath the ice.
Gold and silver?
Potentially worth trillions. For now, all of it is protected by the Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, which designates Antarctica as a zone for peace and science, prohibits military use, and suspends territorial claims. But in 2048, that ban can be reviewed.
Ooh.
And that review could open the door to extraction. Some countries are already moving. Russia has carried out extensive seismic surveys and mapped potential oil and gas resources in Antarctic waters. China is rapidly expanding its Antarctic program, building new year-round stations and investing heavily in logistics, mapping, and polar research. Meanwhile, the United States Antarctic program is facing aging infrastructure, funding uncertainty, and growing pressure to prioritize elsewhere.
Bro, Bro, that is one old computer. Did anyone see that computer? Bro, I don't think you needed to tell me that they're facing like aging infrastructure for me to realize what is going on here. What even is this? Is this like one of those, like this is a square. It's a square monitor. I'm pretty sure this is what people used to play CSGO, Counter-Strike on. They probably have the very first version of Counter-Strike on this PC downloaded, but like whenever like it's during the off season and these people need to play games.
The balance is shifting. The subglacial lakes, the hidden biosphere, the ancient rivers,
the aliens,
the ecosystem powered by iron and nutrients flowing into the Southern Ocean.
The diarrhea and the aliens.
All of it exists in a fragile balance
Your mother.
that took millions of years to create.
Your mother. The diarrhea, the aliens, and your mother. Oh my god, there's more of them. Your mother. They're spawning. They're respawning.
2048 is roughly 2 decades away. The race is already underway.
But I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna get
5
approved.
kilometers of ice cover a continent that stores ancient air, channels rivers through total darkness, and supports life without sunlight. Entire mountain ranges lie buried below the surface. The bedrock beneath Antarctica still records a time when this land was green. Antarctica is not empty, and it's not simple. It operates as a connected system that runs from bedrock to ice to ocean. Heat shapes the land. Ice controls the water. Water carries nutrients. Nutrients sustain life. Changes in one layer propagate through all the others. Systems like this take millions of years to form.
And it's just gonna take 6 months to destroy all of this. It doesn't matter how beautiful Antarctica was beforehand. Once 2048 comes, it's all gonna get absolutely destroyed. The entire continent is gonna get demolished, absolutely destroyed by everyone mining. I bet there's gonna be so many accidents and deaths on that continent because there are gonna be no like safe. I bet everyone's gonna ignore safety concerns and everything. They're just gonna try and mine for the coal and all the gold and everything. And then so many people are gonna die. So many people are gonna fall into the ice, like fall down like 1 kilometer to their death. Millions of years it took to create all this, and it's gonna take 6 months to destroy it all.